What's going on, Virgo? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really does mean a lot to me, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy your higher self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. Now, the theme of this week's monthly spread is going to be love, Virgo. Whether you're looking for love, in love, or just in need of some self-love, Virgo, this one's for you. You would think as many times as I've done that I'd have it down packed, Virgo, but nature my problem. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems, feeling lovely. Just good energy all around here, Virgo. So Virgo, with this spread, I'm going to be going until higher self says stop. We're just going with the flow here. And just so you all know, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And then lastly, oh, there you are, King of Pentacles. Lastly, these decks that I'm working with. This one is the Lightseer's Tarot deck, and then the other one that I'm working with is the Anatomy of a Witch deck. And I will include links for these decks and other decks that I like using down in the description box as well, so definitely check that out if you're interested, Virgo. But interesting. You know, Virgo, because you got yourself, King of Pentacles, and then you got the Ten of Cups in reverse, and then we have the Two of Pentacles up right here. And I feel like that, Virgo, I feel like that you're trying to find this balance of I feel like it's almost like, how do we stay true to ourselves while finding our happiness maybe in like a, or how do I want to put this? Almost like, how do we not lose ourselves when we're in a relationship, if that makes sense? You know, I feel like the Two of Pentacles, this is the how energies harmonize. You know, I feel like that it's that when we're in sync here, you know, when the energies make sense, you know, when we start thinking about like our soul mates and things like that, and soul tribes and relationships, you know, I feel like we want a relationship where, you know, there's that equal give and take, you know, where it's like when you're growing, they're growing, and vice versa. You know, I feel like we're a team here, we're partners. So I feel like that with you popping up in reverse here, you know, so let's start with you. I feel like that maybe some of us haven't been feeling stable. You know, this could be maybe in our relationship with our partner. This could be maybe our relationship with our family. This could maybe be something relationship with our work, you know, maybe with the Pentacles popping up here. You know, and the Ten of Cups. This is about, you know, what does happiness look like for you? You know, and maybe some of us right now, we're not sure how that embodies. You know, maybe that's like, you know, maybe there's been something where we've been maybe so focused on maybe trying to help others, or maybe because here's the thing, Virgo, I feel like sometimes with your energy, if there's some kind of turmoil that's going on within you, it's not that you don't want to heal your problems, but sometimes I feel like that, because listen, I know Virgo energy can be, you know, it's the generalization, you know, kind of just like that you're perfectionist, overly critical, and you know, I find your energy very pleasant. But I do find that when a Virgo is unbalanced, you know, it can get into those realms where we are a little too harsh on ourselves, you know, and Virgo, your ruler is Mercury. And listen, I have a Gemini moon, so, you know, my sub-ruler, I get that mercurial energy. The mind is active. And you know, if it's constant where, you know, we may be kind of like beating up on ourselves, or, you know, being just like overly critical, if we can't seem to figure out what this happiness is, then we tend to pour our energies elsewhere in trying to heal everyone else. And then that comes across where it's like, where your heart is in the right place, but the intention may come across as, the person may receive it as, maybe it's like, whoa, Virgo, I appreciate the help, but, I wasn't coming, trying to do all of this, or, could come across as like nagging or something where you may be trying to force something when really we should be taking that energy, or we could be taking that energy and focusing within, So if this is something where we've been feeling out of balance, where it feels like that what you're doing doesn't seem to be harmonizing with what you were picturing your dream is, Virgo, I feel like take a moment and just kind of take in really more, as many moments as you need to try to sit down and get this figured out. How do we manifest this our fortune here? Because the Two of Pentacles is Capricorn and Jupiter in Capricorn, and I feel like if you want to get your pentacles here, your dreams, your wishes, we're going to need to take action, but you're going to need to take action on you there, King. and really, getting your stability. And I feel like when you do that, Virgo, there is a level of, and it absolutely, it totally makes sense why your sign is represented by the King of Pentacles, because everything you touch, Virgo, anything you put your energy into, abundance comes out. Abundance just comes out of there. It flourishes, and you have the gift too of being a mutable sign, and mutable signs are adaptable. This gives you the flexibility to kind of work with this stuff. If things don't seem to be working, we can switch things up a little bit. But it really is amazing, Virgo, what you can do when you focus your energy. But I feel like that if we have been feeling, and I don't even want to say lost, because I heard someone else that I happen to be listening to say something really, really insightful that I kind of liked. Sometimes, when we're trying to find our Ten of Pentacles, we tell ourselves that we're lost right now. But the way that this person put it was just like, it's not that you're lost, it's that you're on a discovery right now. You're trying to find yourself. And I like that a lot better, Virgo. It's not that you're lost, it's just that you finally have asked the question, what does my Ten of Cups look like? How do I paint this beautiful picture? How do I get the love for myself, and then I find love in my partner, and love in my family? How do we extend this, and maybe even love in a community, Virgo? But I feel like that where, yes, not knowing where we want to go can seem like a lot of pressure. And if we don't have things figured out, I know even society can make it feel like if you don't have it all figured out, if you're not going anywhere, if you don't know what your happiness is, then you're doing something wrong, then you're already behind. But that's not the case, Virgo. You're exactly at the place on your journey that you need to be. It's all divine timing. And it's just, when do you want to take those steps? Because Virgo, whenever you decide to pour your energy into yourself, or whatever you do, it's spectacular. But really, I feel like this you can have your cake and eat it too, Virgo. It's just making it, and manifesting it. So, that was a good little start there, Virgo. I dig it. Let's get some more on this thing, Virgo. Oh. Okay. All right, Virgo. So we got the Eight of Cups here, and then we got the Two of Swords in reverse. And, I kind of want to talk about this Two of Swords. With the Two of Swords popping up in reverse, this is almost like being at a crossroads right now. We know that there's a decision that needs to be made. We've been feeling that there's been this longing, this need, this calling, this nagging feeling that just like, that we need to do, that you may want to do more. And Virgo, it's sitting with that. And figuring if you've been feeling at this crossroads, we've been feeling like, we haven't been able to make a decision. I feel like that the Eight of Cups is asking you to let go, but let go in the sense of let go of the pressure that you need to get it figured out right now. Take a breath for a second. And I say, do tap into your superpower, Virgo. What are some things that you want to do? Sit down and list that stuff. Get a spreadsheet, make a list, you know, do your Virgo jam. Because I'll tell you what, when you really get that mercurial energy cranking there, because I don't know if I mentioned that's your ruler, you really are an intelligent sign, and when you get to work, you can really get some stuff done. But I feel like that letting go of that idea of that you don't know what you want to do, Virgo. Don't tell yourself that. You absolutely know what you want to do. It's just asking yourself, instead of saying I don't know what I want to do, what do I want to do? You know, and really those little changes in our what we tell ourselves make all of the difference, Virgo. And it's something that when we keep working on that, it'll change with time, because Virgo, you are on a discovery. It may not feel like it in the moment, but this is exciting. And Virgo, this is something that I wanted to, you know, I may have mentioned this on your, you know, with you before, but considering that your sign, listen, I have a, you know, Gemini in a pretty strong placement. And I feel like anyone who has any kind of, you know, Gemini or Virgo, any, you know, Mercury ruled planets, you have an overactive mind. It's just facts. You know, the mind is constantly churning. And I find that in order to work through the noise, you know, sometimes I feel like getting those thoughts out. And this is just for me, Virgo. You know, I'm not going to tell you to do something that I wouldn't do myself, or that I haven't been doing myself. I'm a big fan of journaling. And you know what? I'm a water sign as well, Cancer. And Cancer's a lot of emotion. So throw on an active Gemini moon, and then, you know, throw on the Cancerian energy on top of that. So, you know, being in your, I get a taste of your energy, you know, a couple days out of each month. You know, when the moon's in Virgo, full moon in Virgo right now, when I'm recording this, the moon is in Virgo. And I will say, Virgo, this is probably one of the more easier energies that or more easier times that I've had in your energy, because I feel that. When I'm even doing my readings, I can feel, I have to check myself in the sense of like, I'll be reading something that's just like, really, is that the message that you want to tell him? You know, you could probably, did you remember to mention this? Does this thing apply here? Blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, be quiet. I'm trying to do a reading. But, you know, I feel like that sometimes when there's so much noise going on in your head, Virgo, it can distort, you know, what we feel like we want to do in life. So I feel like, you know, that may be something to do. You know, that's just one avenue. You know, find something that works for you, Virgo. It could be maybe we find, I'm looking at this water, maybe we find inspiration, our head gets clear, you know, being by some water. Or maybe, you know, being an earth sign, you know, getting in touch with the earth, maybe getting out in nature, maybe doing some gardening, you know, or something. You know, anything, I feel like any sort of like meditative state that can help you get your mind where it's just like not just so much rapid fire all the time. You can kind of really get your thoughts in order here. And then when you find that thing that makes sense, Virgo, you know, or, you know, you find that thing that speaks to you, venture down that, see where that goes. And, you know, maybe some of us, you know, when I'm thinking about the King of Pentacles, if we're not feeling stable in making this decision towards our, you know, towards finding this love or this fulfillment or whatever, Virgo, it's one of those, or if you feel like you don't have the tools, you absolutely do, Virgo. It's, again, it's not focusing on what you don't have. Focus on what you do have and what can you work with, and then working with that, Virgo. Ooh, man. And I hope you know I'm not coming at you, Virgo. It's just when we're thinking about this stuff, you know, and it's just like, listen, I've been there, you know, we've all been in where we've questioned this, you know, what does 10 of Cups look like? You know, what is my happily ever after? What is my, you know, what does the love of my life look like? Do I want kids? You know, there's Virgo. Everyone goes through that, and I feel like it really is letting go of that pressure of feeling like you have to have all the answers right now. You know, if you feel like in this place of uncertainty, that's okay. You know, don't let the pressure from you or from others, you know, rush that, because This is important. This 10 of Cups is a life. That's the whole journey, Virgo. We're not gonna get that figured out right away. We got to put in pieces. We got to find the details in the work here, and that's your jam. That's your Virgo, you're so detail oriented. This is something where we just got to map out this stuff here, and let the pieces, as we put them together, then your big pictures is really gonna start working together. But when we put in that work, Virgo, that's when the fortune comes in. More. So we got Page of Wands that's sticking around here in reverse. And the Page of Wands, Virgo, the Page of Wands is taking that brave leap. Is giving that a try. If we've been, let's say for example, if we're looking for love, if it's been where, let's say we've not had like the best of luck with love, and we're just at this place where you're like, you know what, I don't even want to be bothered right now. That's actually a really good place, Virgo, because that gives you a chance to love yourself and give you a chance to raise your vibration. Because maybe the fact that, for example, if we were attracting people that haven't been resonating with us, it gives us a chance, Virgo, to analyze what's been going down. And that's not to say that this is your fault, that if we've been getting if there's been just duds just back to back here. But this does help you get eyes on, what is happening energetically that these instances keep repeating here. Because those are lessons that's trying to be brought, be shown or be revealed to you, Virgo. And then when we understand that, then it's time to take action, and to start to make a change and start to take steps towards getting towards this 10 of Cups here again. But if we're not doing anything to take steps towards that, if we're not, trying to do the healing or to let go or to... Because here's another thing, Virgo. I don't know if I had mentioned this, but something that I feel like that we might do is when we don't know where our stuff is, we kind of like, I feel like I may have said that already, never mind, Virgo. But Page of Wands is, I feel like that willingness to put yourself out there again, and to know that you can create 10 of Cups. You can attract this energy whenever you're ready to. It's just, if we're feeling lost, or if we're not sure what that looks like, we have to take this time and sit down and hermit, because that's your card, Virgo. We have to look within and find out what it is that's truly calling us, and then that's when I feel like that when all the stuff starting to line up, and then it's just all the stars really just come into alignment here. But Virgo, there's healing that needs to be done right now. You got the 10 of Swords in reverse here. And, all these 10s to me, they show me that we are getting closer to, getting this figured out, or at least getting closer to the steps that may need to be taken. But it's just really figuring out what healing needs to be done, and then not being afraid to take that step towards that healing, because sometimes in that healing, that's where the 10 of Cups is. That's where the understanding of what we want in life, what we've been maybe yearning for up until this time, really all starts to make sense here. And I hope that this is making sense, Virgo. More. But I feel like this is going to be a good time for you, Virgo, if this has been resonating with you, to kind of like focus on, really love yourself, give yourself that time to, and look at you, there's your rule. Oh, didn't I say that? There we go. Take time to love on you. Oh, Virgo. Here's what's good. Okay, so we got your ruler in reverse here, 1. But really, when I was talking about taking care of yourself, the Empress popped up here. And my girl, The Empress is no, when it comes to self-care, she is no nonsense. Because Virgo, you have a whole world that you're trying to understand, what it is that you want to manifest. You have, I bet you, if you took a moment and really kind of sat down with this, I bet you're just pregnant with ideas. Because look at that. She's pregnant with the world here. And Virgo, Ten of Cups is with, and this is, oh, I love you, Empress. The Ten of Cups is within you, Virgo. That's the lovely thing. I feel like that, another thing, thinking about love even, because you got the Emperor and the Empress that popped up here. That's kind of why I was losing it there. But Virgo, this love comes from within. And this is another thing too, that if we feel that we need like an emperor type or someone to feel whole or to feel complete, Virgo, that is not true, because the Emperor and the Empress, we all have divine masculine and feminine energies in us. And when those energies are in harmony, that's when we're able to manifest our dreams here. But if we're not taking care of, figuring out what it is that we want and then, and really sticking to that energy, then of course we're not going to be able to manifest love. We're not going to be, we're just going to be in this place where we're standing on our heads here, Virgo, and we're just confused, But I even feel like with your ruler popping up here, it's like saying, like, Virgo, you have all the tools that you need. It's just searching within. And then when you find these answers and you nurture these ideas here, we can start getting into action. I didn't even see him sneak in the mix here. Look at this Knight of Swords. And I do feel like this is going to be you, Virgo. When you put in that work, you're going to be chasing after your dreams. You're going to be, or you know what? It's not going to be where you're just like running blindly. You're going to have a focus here, but we're going to be able to get eyes on this. But with the Knight of Swords, it's taking that, it's getting a better understanding of who you are and how your energy works. And then, when we work on that and we become like we become a magnet for Ten of Cups. But it's being in that energy. And I hope that this is making sense. Any more Virgo? Oh, any more Virgo? Any more Virgo? No, okay, we're done with the tarot. Let's get some oracle cards here, Virgo, so I can get you out of here. And I hope that this is making sense, Virgo, because this is an interesting reading. It doesn't really, I'm trying to find the love in here, but this really does feel like a more kind of a loving yourself right now, Virgo. And you can't, in Virgo, I'm actually glad I said that. I don't know if I had said this earlier, but you can love yourself in a relation, or while you're in a relationship. Just because, or how do I want to put this? When we enter a partnership, people don't provide us Ten of Cups, Virgo. We bring our, like I was saying here, Ten of Cups is already within us. When we're in a partnership, we're both, as long as we're both working towards that Ten of Cups, that's how I feel like a successful relationship works. When it makes sense for our ideas to merge, or when we want to collaborate, we totally can. But if we have separate things, because listen, where the Empress and the Emperor are all about each other, if they have other things that they want to be doing, they're going to go out and do it, and that's not going to affect the trust that they have here, because they both know that they're raising their vibration, and they both know that they're going to be happy at the end of this, at the end of the day here, Virgo. And I feel like that, and here's the thing too, what I'm thinking with the Empress in reverse. If we are with someone, Virgo, who maybe is not as supportive, maybe they're not maybe they're not supporting that dream, possibly. If you feel like there's not that reciprocity there, then that may be a discussion that we need to have here, because that could be possibly what's, the little kink in our, what's preventing us from getting to this Ten of Cups energy. So that's just, and just, take it as it resonates. I'm not even saying that, you necessarily have to break it off, Virgo. But I do feel like that if it's interfering with your fulfillment, if they're getting all their fulfillment, but you're not getting your Ten of Cups, that's something that needs to be talked about, And I feel like that we can have a healthy discussion about this, create a judgment-free zone, a safe space, and then let's just hash this out here. Because it's like, hey, it's not that I don't want you to focus on your thing. It's just that I haven't been feeling as much of an empress as I want to, and I want to go out there and and I have ideas, dreams and things like that I want to birth into this world here. So go out and do that, Virgo. Make sure that we're doing stuff for us as well. So let's get some oracle cards here so I can get you out of here. And I apologize if it's getting kind of dark here. You're my last reading of the day, and I'm trying to get this done here before for sunset takes here. I'm working with natural lighting. But you know what, Virgo? Actually, while I'm talking about that, don't feel like that you have to rush this. You're not on some kind of time limit in a sense. You know what I mean? You are, again, exactly where you need to be on your journey. And if you've been feeling that you haven't been able to grow, or that you haven't been able to tap into your abilities and the things that you love like you want to, then Virgo, taking the time in doing that, going to pursue this type of energies here. Wait. Okay. More. All right, Virgo. We're gonna switch back over here because I think you should get a little bit more light up here. What's good? Let's see. Jeez, Virgo. We've been talking about birth and all this time. Oh, you know what, Virgo? We've been talking about birth all this time. For some of you, with all this love, if we're looking for babies, this might be a ripe time. But if we're Empress in reverse right now, if we're trying to figure out our happiness, then we may want to be mindful. Just kind of be aware of what's going down here with these emperors about, Virgo. But talk about all this birth, Virgo. I feel like that this is just, Virgo, I feel like you're pregnant with ideas. Regardless, you are pregnant, Virgo, with all the ideas, and it's just sitting down and figuring out which one you want to tackle first. What makes sense for you at this time, and then explore that and see where that takes you. It's an adventure, and Virgo. Because I find that even if we're not in a relationship right now, even though I'm talking about focusing on self, I feel like it really does, it would still apply for you as well, because I feel that if you were to take this time and to really focus on your Ten of Cups, what makes you happy, when we start doing things that make us happy, Virgo, then we start attracting people and energies that are going to keep that energy building up. The universe is like a beacon. When you start pouring in Ten of Cups, focusing on that, the universe is just like, oh, is that you, Virgo? All right, here's some abundance, because Venus, the Empress, is abundant. In Virgo, we already talked about how abundant you are, being the King of Pentacles. And then your last card here, you got the Smell card in reverse, Virgo. Oh, and I feel like with this, when we're thinking about this stuff, Virgo, because I get where this energy, or if we're feeling kind of stuck, this energy can feel like where it can be really stressful, and it can get us to where we're not thinking clearly. It's just it can be a whole lot. I feel like with this Empress, make sure that we're self-caring in the sense too, that we take care of our environment, that we're maybe getting ourselves some incense, maybe some kind of like calming smells or something to kind of help you get in a place where you can kind of process what's going down here. If you're in a chaotic environment, remove yourself, go someplace calm so you can kind of think about this, with some clarity. And I get it, if we got like work and, kids, possibly things like that, talking with the Emperor or talking with the Empress and just being like, hey, I want a 10 of Cups right now. Like, do you mind having my back? And I feel like, we got a good we got a partner who's supporting us. Absolutely, Virgo, got you. And if not, Virgo, it's just, we got a lot to sit with. So I feel like that this is going to be, again, a good month for you to just kind of really hermit and really think about, what's going down. And last thing, Virgo, when I'm thinking about this, your ruler just moved into Mercury like last week on the 2nd. And I just feel like that being kind to yourself in this energy right now, or did I say, what did I say, Cancer? I meant Pisces if I said Cancer. It just moved into Pisces. And and that still doesn't change the level of compassion. If anything, it increases it because Pisces is so compassionate. Not that Cancer isn't. I'm a Cancer sun. But it's, making sure that you're being really compassionate with yourself and what you're telling yourself while you're going through this energy right now. Because if we get in our heads, if we start being down on ourselves and whatnot, then that's the energy that you're attracting. You're going to keep that dissonance. Things aren't going to smell right, Virgo. So just something to be mindful of, when we're thinking about this energy here. So I think I'm going to leave that there, Virgo. But oh yeah, lies. One more thing. If we are looking for love, if we're in, I feel that when we do focus on ourselves, Virgo, and really choose our happiness, our divine counterparts. Oh, see, look at that. Even the Emperor was willing to get on his head for you. You know what I mean? Our divine counterparts do come into the mix here. That yin to our yang just comes in. It all works together, Virgo. So keep that faith. I'm not saying that you're going to be alone in this, that you're just solely going to focus on yourself. No, don't worry, Virgo. If you when it makes sense, the universe is going to bring your Emperor or your Empress right there for you. So, okay. Now I'm going to leave that there. So I want to end that on a high note there. So if something resonated with you, Virgo, give it a thumbs up and share this, Virgo. This is when we think about, stuff, love, fulfillments, it all really kind of ties in together. Sometimes it's just like the whole pressure of everything can just, be so much. So, share this because sometimes it is nice too to just know that others are going through this as well. Not that we're happy that you're in the situation, but it just makes it where we don't feel so alone in this. So like there's not that pressure of like, oh, okay, this is like a normal thing, because it is. It's absolutely normal, Virgo. We're all trying to figure out this journey here. We all have to adapt every moment of every day. It just shifts all the time. So where are we at? We were just sharing. And then if you haven't already, Virgo, subscribe and then hit that bell button. You'll get notified when I release videos each week. Social media, I'm on Insight Timer. I figure that's going to be the domain that I'm going to try to make popular. I like Insight Timer. I've been working with them for years. It's not like we have like a partnership or anything. It's just like a tool that I've been utilizing, and I find that if we have tools that help raise the vibration, we should share them. So, and I also, on that app, I made a group called Zodiac's Raising the Vibration. And it's just a place for you to just like drop like positive affirmations and encouraging messages. I drop them daily. Actually, after I get done with your reading, I'm gonna go put one in there right now. Or, well, after this. But So there's always going to be at least one little message for you there, Virgo. So yeah, definitely check that out. Again, it's Zodiac's Raising the Vibration. I have it on my Facebook page. I've been, me, just juggling a bunch of things. I'm still working on trying to figure out how to get it on Facebook and on YouTube and on Instagram. So stay tuned for that. But it's definitely, the group has been made, so feel free to join. Send me a thanks for meditating with me. I'm on there every day, doing either listening to some healing music or doing some meditation. So, and then lastly, I don't think you got any Cancerian cards, but if you have any Cancer in your placements, or, maybe we might be thinking about, maybe we want to attract a Cancer, maybe we're dealing with a Cancer possibly. Either way, come on over to the Chariot and Friends Virgo. I do videos Monday through Friday there. It's a good old time. We discuss lunar shenanigans. We definitely geek out when the Empress gets here. Oh, girl, I'm so happy that you came. And then, but all that housekeeping, come on, girl, down in the description box. Well, see, this is why we can barely hang out with each other. Let me get you a surprise card here, Virgo, before the sun sets. And you got look at you, King of Wands, Regal Virgo. Look at you. Okay, so we got King of Wands here. And then for your Oracle card, I love that. We have the Play card here, Virgo. And you know what? I say start there. Especially if we've been feeling kind of lost and feeling like, not sure what we want to do. Make a list of some things that sound really fun to you, Virgo, and then go out there and do one of those things for yourself this week, relationship or not. And then I feel like once you start putting that into action, Virgo, with this King of Wands, when we get this game plan and really start getting the ball rolling here, things are really going to start opening up for you, and things are going to start, abundance is going to start coming in, because the King of Wands, this is Sagittarius's card, and Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. And just all that to say is just like, there's abundance that can come from this, when we take this time and really focus on what fulfills us and, try to bring that to light. So just something to think about, when we're dealing with these energies. All right, Virgo? All right, I guess I'm going to leave that there because, at this point, any longer you won't be able to see me. So stay safe out there, Virgo. And I appreciate you. Mind the darkness. And next time, I'm going to try to get you at I just wanted to give one more in before I finish. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that. Stay safe out there. And Virgo, if you're having troubles, if we're especially, dealing with this, I never mind. This is me putting your arm around me, and I'm going to help you raise that vibration, because you know what? That's love, Virgo. That's love for the soul tribe, and know that you got mad love coming your way all the time from me to you, Virgo. And I will catch you on the next one. Later.